Today is fish dip day. I have a couple fillets of Spanish mackerel. I caught a month or two ago, vacuum sealed it. Today I'm gonna take them out, smoke them. Frank's gonna come over and make fish dip. A couple of videos ago I had mentioned that I was fishing for trout. I was gonna make some fish dip trout for the Super Bowl party. I had asked folks if they preferred mayo-based, cream cheese-based, or a combination of both based fish dip. Frank chimed in and said mayo. I said, all right, Frank, come on over. We're gonna make some mayo. We're gonna give it a test. Here's your chance. So that's what we're gonna do today. Okay, this is my setup. I have a Weber kettle. I'm gonna smoke the fish. So I'm gonna do a snake method. I got my starter here. Light the charcoal on this end. While this gets going, it'll get the grill up to temp. Then it'll hit this piece of wood, it'll smoke. Once that one's done, it'll hit this one and smoke. This is enough charcoal to run probably 3.5 hours. I can control the temp. I learned how to control the temp by the size of the snake. So this is a thinner one. It'll keep it 175, maybe 180. If I wanted it higher, I would increase the width of the snake in height. It would also increase the length for time. So what we'll do is we'll get it started here, and then I'll let it get going. I'll come back and be ready to place the fish on it. But this should do it. This should get us going. All right. We're ready to add the fish. Again, this is just Spanish mackerel fillets. There's no seasoning on them whatsoever. We're going to rely on the smoke. I'm going to put the fatter ends towards the heat. You can see the heat has started. It'll get it going. The wood is right here. I'm ready for it to move it up a little bit. We're ready to go. And we'll come back in a little bit to check it out. All right, they should be ready. Take a look. Sure enough, Frank says to test them.
Yep.
Nice and firm.
A little give. They look good. Oh yeah.
Never
Mackerel,
mind.
I take it.
Spanish mackerel.
Nothing wrong with those, especially for dip.
Dime a dozen out there. All right, and I show them how to do the snake method.
Yep.
And so it worked perfect. I put in just enough.
Yeah.
Right, and still, of course, there's still some left. And the timed it perfect. Had the right width, had the right amount of coals, kept it at the right temp. Done. Kitchen we go. All right, here we are. Fish is off the grill. It was on about 2 hours. Saw us take it off. The texture was right. We're ready to go. The setup is Duke's, Old Bay, Creole, some hot sauce, some banana pepper, some mustard, some lemon, salt, pepper, and it's Frank's recipe. He was the one that chimed in on the video that mayo-based is the best.
It is.
So Frank's going to take it from here. Listen, folks, get pencil and paper.
Yeah.
Because
we don't have a recipe.
Frank doesn't have a recipe. You're going to write it down.
That's right.
All right?
That's right.
Take
and any of these can be swapped out for anything that you like. Like if you don't like banana peppers, use jalapenos. If you don't like peppers at all and want pickles, put that in there. So basically, we're going to take this fish. We're going to take the skin off of it.
How much fish do we have there, Frank? What do you think?
Oh, I'm guessing around 5 ounces. We can weigh it. So we have 5.3 ounces. So we'll just treat it as 5 ounces of fish.
Genius.
And you can upscale this with more fish. And listen, if you don't have a smoker, don't worry about it. Take a pan fry your fish, and then get yourself some liquid smoke. Add a couple drops of that in there, and you'll get close. It won't be exactly the same, but it'll get you close.
So we're using mackerel.
Yes.
Now the Super Bowl weekend, I brought you a bunch of trout, and we used spotted sea trout, smoked it.
Yes, we did.
And it was awesome. Well,
Yeah.
excellent.
And you can if you don't fish and you want fish dip, go to the supermarket, buy some fish. Buy some already smoked fish. You can do it that way too. So we'll peel, and you don't have to be perfect with this skin either, because I mean, it's going to go in a food processor.
So while Frank's doing that, Citrus County, Crystal River, Homosassa, they're the waterfront towns. Plenty of restaurants serve fish dip. My opinion, the best is at Seafood Sellers, right? They use amberjack. Amberjack. Theirs is really good. The second would be Lollygaggers. I think Lollygaggers uses mackerel. The Lollygaggers has a nice plate because it comes out with the club crackers and the banana peppers on the side, right, along with some black olives.
That's right.
Then you have Norton's. Norton's is okay, not bad. And then of course the Freezer. Freezer will give you they have the mullet.
Mullet, yeah, that's common.
Yeah, normally, and it's normally sold out, and so their backup is salmon. So Frank had mentioned if you don't have the fish, you don't catch it. Go buy it, and the Freezer's backup is
and this is
smoked salmon.
Super simple too. So you don't, and you, like I said, you can put any flavor in there that you want.
All right, so you got the fish broke up.
Yeah. So for this amount of fish, I think we're gonna go with about a cup of mayo. I think we're gonna start there, and you can add more, less, depending on how creamy you want it. And I tend to go somewhere right in the middle with this. I don't ever get too carried away, and you'll know if you don't have enough because it'll be dry.
So I see some folks, before they even add anything, they really chop up their smoked fish. You're leaving yours in big chunks.
I am, because you want the texture. In my opinion, I don't want a pate, you know. So, and I will also add to that list. I forgot is if you ever find yourself in the Keys, go to Big Pine Key and go to No Name Pub. They have excellent fish dip, and that's also amberjack. Okay, so now I think we'll go with just about a half a teaspoon of this here. That's 3/4, excuse me. Go with a half a teaspoon of this Dijon, because you can't overpower this with too much mustard. Gotta have a little. And then for this, I just sprinkle on what I think is gonna be what I want. And now, you didn't season this fish, did you, when you?
Correct. The fish went on. I didn't even brine it.
Right.
The fish was just straight out.
So if you pre-season your fish, keep that in mind, because then you don't want it too salty or too much spice.
Right. If you brine it too,
Yeah.
typically half salt, half
Correct.
sugar, half brown sugar.
So we're gonna do a couple dashes of hot sauce.
Did you do the Tony's?
Uh,
No, did you do the Tony's?
yes,
And that was just a pinch, right?
that was just a pinch. There's a little Creole seasoning there. You could sub that out for cayenne if you want just straight cayenne. You could put crushed red pepper in this. And then banana peppers I like. And I just take about, I'm gonna call that probably 2 tablespoons is what I'm gonna call that for this amount of fish. And like I said, you can use anything. It doesn't matter, it's your taste. Lemon's a must. So you don't need a whole bunch of lemon. You can zest this, or you can, I'm gonna pull a cheek off of here. You can zest this, or you can just straight up juice, or both. Sometimes I put the zest in, sometimes I don't. Kind of whatever flavor I'm in. A little bit of pepper, and just a touch of salt, because we didn't do that with the fish when he cooked it. So let's pulse this and see what it looks like. And then we'll know if we need to add a little more mayo or a little more hot sauce or whatever. So looking for here is to break all this up. We don't want it too chunky. And see, I can already tell it's a little dry just by looking at it. So I'm just gonna add another shot of mayonnaise. So probably about, I'm gonna guess that's close to 3/4 of a cup instead of or close to half a cup, I'm sorry. As I fight with this thing. And you want to be able to Yeah, see, this looks a little better. I don't like mine, like I said, real soupy, but you can see there's chunks in here, and there's flecks of the pepper. And what you want to do at this point is just chill this for at least an hour before you serve it. Let it all marry and get together. But I'm going to check it for seasoning right now, and I'll tell you what I think. I'm going to call that good.
Done? All right. It doesn't get any simpler, does it?
Nope, that's it.
All right,
You
so
can use whatever you want.
we'll put it in the bowl, and then we'll chill it, and then eat it in front of you. Wow. All right, the dip is out. It's nice and firm. I have to tell you, we've been actually eating a bunch of it.
We had a little sample.
Yeah, and it's amazing, the texture and everything. So anyhow, it's done. Frank, make him jealous.
Yes, well, I just want to point out that this is not a spicy dip. And if you have somebody that likes spice, you can add hot sauce to it on the cracker, or you can get jalapenos in that. I like to do that occasionally too. But without further ado, we're going to go in here and get a pretty good bite of this.
Yeah, you see how that's set up on there?
Yeah, you can see
how it came off. And like I said, I'm going to repeat. When I ate it, the texture, it's you can feel it, right? You can that fish is
this is the way to make fish dip, because you know you're eating fish. Number one, there's nothing in there that's more powering than the fish, and vice versa. It's a nice balance. The acidity from the peppers, the spice from a little bit of hot sauce, a little tang from the Dijon mustard. I'm telling you, forget about it. It's great.
There you have it, folks. Frank and I were talking earlier. Maybe we'll go out and catch a redfish and do it on the half shell on the grill, because I'm telling you that. It's another simple one. Just butter, salt, and pepper on the grill. And man, oh geez. Anyhow, so it's an idea. Later. Thanks.